Assalamualaikum. Let me say
Okay.
salam to everyone first. Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to today's class. This is session 2 of Qur'an with Maryam and Fatima.
Wait.
What?
No.
Then what?
It's a light session.
Huh?
Light session.
Live session.
Oh, live session? Yeah. Welcome to live and welcome to the class. And today we have I have a nice presentation that I want to share with all of you. And before that, Fatima is going to recite Surah Shu'ara.
No.
Yes, you are.
When?
Right now. Okay, go ahead.
And you're going to recite Surah.
I'm not going to recite any surah. I'm going to share my presentation.
Okay, but you're going to recite Surah Shu'ara. After me.
No, you recite Surah Shu'ara. Recite it.
Allahu Akbar.
Okay, you want to start?
Start.
Oh, why some people are saying waiting? Interesting. They can't see it.
You can see some comment by the time.
Maryam, can you ask Sadaf? They are saying it's waiting. Oh, maybe they can see it, right? Can you ask them whether you can see it?
Can you all see the live? Some of you are saying waiting. Assalamualaikum. Can you all see the live?
I want to put it back.
Okay, that's fine. I think they can see.
Okay, Fatima, start.
Fatima, quick.
I'm bringing it back like this. Oh,
Hurry up.
okay. Almost done.
Okay, Fatima, start. Okay, Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طاسين تلك آيات الكتاب المبين لعلك باخع نفسك ألا يكونوا مؤمنين إن نشأ ننزل عليهم من السماء آية فظلت أعناقهم لها خاشعين وما يأتيهم من ذكر من الرحمن إلا كانوا عنه مؤمنين وقد كذبوا فسيأتيهم أنباء ما كانوا به يستهزئون إلى الأرض كم أنبتنا فيها من كل زهر كريم إن في ذلك لآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين وإن ربك لهو العزيز الرحيم كذبت وإذ نادى ربك موسى أن ائت القوم الظالمين قوم فرعون ألا يتقون قال رب إني أخاف أن يكذبون ويضيق صدري ولا ينطلق لساني فأرسل إلى هارون ولهم علي ذنب فأخاف أن يقتلون.
Okay, thank you, Fatima. Okay. So, should I start?
Yes.
I'm going now.
Okay, you can come back when there will be a question and answer session. Okay.
Okay.
Can you turn it on, Maryam? Oh, okay, this is good. And start the presentation. Yeah, that's good. Then you are having the surah?
Yeah. Okay, should I start? Okay, session 2, Qur'an with Maryam. Press the next button. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about Isti'ādhah and Basmala, and also we're going to be talking about major and minor errors that people make when reciting the Qur'an. So let's start with Isti'ādhah and Basmala. So basically, if you don't know what Isti'ādhah and Basmala is, Isti'ādhah is A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, and Basmala is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So we have to recite these before starting to recite all surah except for Surah At-Tawbah. And if we're starting from the middle of a surah, then we can recite only Isti'ādhah, that's fine. So we can just recite A'udhu Billah and then we can start reciting. And if we're reciting the Qur'an and we get caught up doing something else, then when we restart, it is necessary for us to start with Isti'ādhah. This means like if we're reciting any surah, for example Surah Ikhlas, and then somehow we got distracted, like we have to call someone or something, then when we're going to restart reciting again, then we have to start with Isti'ādhah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. That's basically the rule.
Just say that you will share the slide later on.
And we'll also share the material with all of you later on, so you can look at it by yourself. So let's go to the next slide. Okay. So there are 4 ways to recite the Isti'ādhah and Basmala when we're starting the surah. So before I mention the 4 ways, I'm just going to mention that wasl. Wasl is an Arabic term and it means to recite together. And fasl is also an Arabic term and it means to recite separately. So the 4 ways: wasl equal, wasl awwal, fasl thani, fasl awwal, wasl thani, and fasl equal. I know it seems really complicated right now, but when I explain it, it's going to become really easy for all of you to understand. So wasl equal, as I mentioned before, wasl means to recite together. So if you can translate that, kul means all. So if you translate the Arabic term, you will see that it means to recite the entire thing together. So if you're reciting, for example, A'udhu Billah, then Bismillah, then Surah Ikhlas, so I'll just give an example. A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. But instead of stopping, you would continue, you would connect the Bismillah, and then you would also connect the beginning of the surah.
Why not you send them before so that they can, when they are read, they can see and they understand it better?
You want me to
The materials sent before the class, so it's easier for them to
Okay, yeah,
understand.
that's what we'll do next time. So we'll give the material to all of you, like in advance next
That's
time.
better.
Yeah,
that's
so
what
that you
asking the
can,
people.
so that you can all
okay.
look at the slides while I'm presenting it. That'll be easier for all of you, I think. So as I was saying, wasl equal. So
Just one
basically
Okay, go ahead.
wasl equal means basically all of you have to recite Bismillah, A'udhu Billah, Bismillah, and the beginning of the surah together. So I'll give you an example. If you were starting to recite, for example, Surah Ikhlas, then this is how you would recite it. So you would say, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Qul Huwa Allahu Ahad. That's how you would connect all of it. So that's one way you can start. Another way you can do it is wasl awwal, fasl thani. This means that you would connect the A'udhu Billah and Bismillah, but then you would stop and then start reciting the surah. And that's what it means. And then the next one is fasl awwal, wasl thani. So you would have to recite A'udhu Billah, then you would stop, then you would recite Bismillah and the surah, the beginning of the surah together. And then the last option that you could do, fasl equal. This means that you just recite everything separately. So that's how I regularly do it. I just do A'udhu Billah, stop, Bismillah, stop, and then the beginning of the surah.
So give example for each one of them.
Okay, so wasl awwal, fasl thani, you would say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. You see how I connected the أعوذ بالله and the Bismillah, but then I stopped and recited the beginning of the surah. And then the next one, فصل أول وصل الثاني أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. So this time I recited أعوذ بالله, then I stopped and then I recited Bismillah and the beginning of the surah together. And then my regular way is to recite all of it separately. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. So that's the last way you could do it.
Ask what the sound is good.
So are all of you able to hear me good? That's pretty much what the 4 ways are to recite the surah from the beginning. So let's go to the next slide. Oh wait, actually should I draw a chart on the board to make it easier for them to see? Okay. I'm gonna fix the camera so they can see me when I'm reading. Oh, I didn't take the voice recorder if I need to. Okay, so let's make a chart over here.
So you changed the subject now, Maryam?
No, I'm talking about the same one. I'm just going to make a chart so that it will be easier for everyone to understand it. Here. So this is Isti'ādhah. This is Basmala. And this is the first ayah of the surah. So let's do Qul huwa ahad. Okay. Should I write it now or later? So this is Isti'ādhah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. So the first way you can do it, number 1, you could do stop over here. So recite this, recite, then stop, then recite. Or is that?
That's the regular way, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not the regular way. You can do it anyway, basically. These are the 4 ways to do it.
So are you talking about fasl equal?
Yes, I'm talking about fasl.
So you're going from bottom to top, right,
Yeah.
on your list?
And this is recite. So I don't know if you could see it properly, but I wrote stop in between all of them. And then I wrote recite, recite, recite. Okay. Then the next way, I think I'm going to get rid of these lines. It will be easier to see then.
Or you can just R for recite. You can write
Stop and stop. There we go. That's easier, right? Okay, that's the first way. Should I write fasl equal? That's the first way. The second way is, what's the second way? Fasl awal, fasl awal, and wasl thani. So that means stopping in the first, stopping after saying A'udhu Billah. So you recite this, then you stop, then you recite this, but then you connect these two. So I'll write connect and recite. So recite A'udhu Billah, stop, then recite Bismillah, then connect it with Qul huwallahu ahad. That's the second way you can do it. Okay, and then you can do it wasl awal and fasl thani. This is number 3. So you could do recite. I don't know what happened to my handwriting. Recite. And then connect. So connect A'udhu Billah and Bismillah, then recite. Then stop and then recite.
You can circle the right with the stop and the red marker.
Okay.
So connect is green and stop is right?
Stop I hope this is easier for all of you to understand now. And the last way you can do you can do number 4. So this one is I wrote was fasl equal. So this is wasl equal. Wasl equal. Okay. This one would be recite, then connect, then recite, then connect, then recite again. And let me circle them with green. I'll explain it one more time so all of you can understand it.
Use a different surah this time.
Okay.
No,
I'm just gonna say how to do it. So recite. So the first one, fasl equal, you can recite the A'udhu Billah, stop, then recite Bismillah, then stop, then recite the first ayah of the surah. The next way you can do it is recite the A'udhu Billah, stop, then recite the Bismillah and connect it with the beginning of the surah. The third way you can do it is you can recite A'udhu Billah, connect it with the Bismillah, then stop and recite the first ayah of the surah. And the last way you could do it is recite A'udhu Billah, connect it with the Bismillah, and then connect it with the first ayah of the surah. These are the 4 ways you can recite it. I hope this chart helps you all. Maybe you can take a picture and put it so they can all see it.
You can give that book picture to be there.
Yeah. Alright, so that's that. And now let's move on to the next one. I have questions at the end, so I'll ask them at the end.
Well, you should ask now
Right
because
now?
by then you'll forget.
Okay then. Let's go. So my question is, do you all... So
one
someone...
other person, I'll tell you the questions. Fahad Hakimi says, yes, can you please recite, for example?
Again?
Yeah, just take another one, like another style and another surah beginning. Okay.
Okay, then I'll do Surah Falaq, for example. I want to do it small ayat surahs. Okay, so it'd be which one do they want me to explain? All of them or just like one of them?
Yeah, just go overall.
Okay, so let's do Fasl equal. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق. So if you noticed, I stopped after reciting each verse. I stopped after reciting A'udhu Billah, stopped after reciting Bismillah. I didn't connect anything. This one is called Fasl equal. The next one is Fasl awal wasl thani. So you would have to stop after reciting A'udhu Billah, then connect Bismillah and the ayah. So this one would be أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق. Like that.
So Maryam, one person could ask, like, is there any best way or all are like his choice?
No, it's your choice. You could do whatever you want. These are all the 4 ways you can recite it. I think most of the people probably do the Fasl equal, stopping after every verse, or stopping after A'udhu Billah and Bismillah and everything. But it's your choice. You could do it however suits you best. I also like to do Fasl equal. And then the next one is Wasl awal Fasl thani. So this one is connecting the A'udhu Billah and Bismillah and then stopping. So it'd be A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim Qul A'udhu Bi Rabbil Falaq. And then the last option is Wasl equal, so connecting everything. This is how you would recite it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق. Like that.
So one of the question asks, like, why Surah Tawbah doesn't have Isti'ādhah, right?
No, Surah Tawbah has Isti'ādhah. It doesn't have Basmala though. You don't say Bismillah before starting Surah Tawbah, but you say A'udhu Billah. The reason is because Surah Tawbah, like the first few ayahs, you start about saying like the disbelievers, and like it's like a bad topic to start with the name of
So you
Allah.
don't want like barakah on
Yeah.
those, right? I see.
Okay, so that's that. And should I ask questions or should I go?
No, you can go. I think I'm watching for the questions.
Oh, no, we're supposed to be. Yeah, we're supposed to be on this slide now. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the 2 ways to recite Isti'ādhah and Basmala if you're starting from the middle of a surah. Actually, there are 3 ways you could just say Isti'ādhah, so A'udhu Billah, and start reciting. You don't even need to say Bismillah. But if you want to say Bismillah, then there are 2 ways. You could do Fasl Equal, which means to recite everything separately. Or you could do Wasl Awwal, Fasl Thani, which means to recite Isti'ādhah and Basmala together and then stopping before reciting the next surah, or the next ayah in the surah. So this one's pretty simple, just like the other one, but this one has 2 ways. You can't do Wasl Equal, and you can't do Fasl Awwal and Wasl Thani. Alright? Let's move on. So now we're going to cover another topic. This is common errors when reciting the Qur'an. So there's major errors and then there's also minor errors. So let's start with the major errors. So a few of the major errors we have to recite one letter instead of another. So for example, some people would say ha instead of ha. So if you were saying, for example, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, some people would say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So this is a major mistake. You have to pay close attention to what letter it is and you have to pronounce it in the proper way. Another common error when reciting the Quran is to add a letter to a word. So for example, instead of saying Alhamdulillahi, you would add a waw, so like a mad, a 2 haraka mad, and you would say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So this is also a major mistake. And to delete a letter from a word, so instead of saying lam yulad, so you know how there's a 2 haraka mad, so as you can see there's the waw over there. Where are we? Right here. So there's a waw, but instead of saying that waw, people would just say lam yulad, like they wouldn't stretch it long enough. And then the next one is to recite one haraka instead of another. So instead of saying ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, maybe someone would say ahdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. This is also a major error. And then to recite a haraka in place of sukoon. This one's probably really common, like for example, instead of saying the sukoon, you would say it with fatha. So you would say an'amta instead of saying an'amta. Like it's hard to tell, especially when it's a qalqala letter, but you have to really pay attention to this. So these are all major mistakes and they will be counted as a sin, so we should refrain from all of these errors. These are the major ones. Let's go to the minor ones. So the minor errors when reciting the Quran: to not recite the heavy letters with a full mouth, for example, not reciting the ra with like heavy enough, that's a minor error. To recite to not.
But you give an example for each one of those.
Let me think of a word with ra. Ar-Rahman, for example, if you said if you didn't make it full mouth, I don't know how to do the Ar-Rahman. Maybe instead of saying Ar-Rahman, you would say Ar-Rahman. That's a minor error. Another one is to not, I think I said W, but it's supposed to be a T over there. To not recite the lam in Allah with the full mouth when there is a fatha or dhamma in the word before. So the rule for this is if the word before Allah, the last letter has a fatha or a dhamma, then you would have to recite Allah with the full mouth. But if it has a kasra, then you would have to recite it with like light. So for example, lillahi, that would be light. But if you said
Bismillah also.
Bismillah also, because Bismillah, the meme has a kasra under it, so it would be Bismillahi. But if you say Bismillahi, then that's wrong. And that's basically that one. And to not recite with the ghunna, ikhfa, mad, or any other rule. These are all minor mistakes. And they are considered makruh, so we should still try to refrain from them as much as we can. And I had a spelling error, but it's okay. And, we already did that. Questions. Okay, now for the questions. So my question to all of you: what is one major and minor error made when reciting the Quran? So I have the phone right here. I'll look at what you all are answering.
And Fatima, you get ready. Now you have to recite few.
Someone said it is class with Cutie Fatima in the title, but where is Sheila? Please answer the question. What is one major and minor error made when reciting the Quran? That's the question. Okay, Zubair Chaudhry. Oh yeah, also please write your name when you're answering so I can call you with your actual name. Not reading heavy letters with full mouth. Good job. This is a minor error.
Here is Cutie Fatima who is going to recite few ayah and you're going to correct.
I don't want to.
When you don't stretch the ayah? I'm not sure what that means, but if you're talking about not like deleting a letter, for example, like deleting a med, then yes, that's a major error, so good job. Yeah, Nuha Fatima wrote to delete a letter from the word. This is a major mistake. That's correct. Good job. To recite, Sufyan Kamkoriwala wrote to recite one letter. Oh, sorry, Amina Kamkoriwala. To recite one letter instead of another. This is a major mistake. That's correct. Fariha Begum to recite one letter instead of another. That's correct. Zeba not reading ra with the heaviness. That's correct. That's a minor mistake. Khadija wrote, major is we should pronounce the word correctly. Yes, that is correct, I guess. Zaina wrote, not doing lam of Allah correctly, and this is a minor mistake. Good job, Zaina. To not recite with ghunna, ikhfa, or mad. Nuha Fatima wrote, to not recite with ghunna, ikhfa, or mad. This is a minor mistake. Good job, Nuha. I think that's all. Let's move on.
When can you stress a ayah?
Oh, Maryam Jazim wrote, major error like mixing with ha and kha. That's correct. Freshta wrote, Maryam, I have one question. When can you stretch the ayah? Do you mean like putting a med? You put the med when there is like the med. If you see the med sign, then you stretch it.
Yeah. So you'll go over mad rules, in
Soon,
future classes
Yeah.
soon. Yeah.
In future Tajweed classes, inshallah. Okay, let's move on now. The next question, what does Isti'ādhah and Basmala mean? I wrote the question in the comments in case you all want to see it. So Zeba wrote, Isti'ādhah is A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem and Basmala is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. That's the correct answer. Good job, Zeba. Muhammad Abdul Rauf wrote, starting with the name of Allah. That is correct. Fariha Begum wrote, Basmala means Bismillah. That's correct. Zubair Chaudhry wrote to recite Bismillah and A'udhu Billah. That's correct as well. Amina Kamkoriwala wrote, Isti'ādhah means A'udhu Billah Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. That's correct. Maryam Jazim wrote, starting with Bismillah is Basmala, and that's correct. And Mujibur Rahman wrote, Basmala means Bismillah. Okay, all of you got it, so I'm glad that you all understand. And the last question, what do wasl and fasl mean? I'll write it down again. What do wasl and fasl? They're auto-correcting it.
Who? Oh, okay.
It's Sadaf wrote, Bismillahir-Rahmanir... Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim means Basmala. Yeah, that's right. Nuha Fatima also wrote Basmala is Bismillah. That's correct. Okay. Zubair Chaudhry wrote, wasl means joining and fasl means separate. That is correct. Ziba wrote, wasl means cutting all and fasl means joining all. That is, you wrote it the opposite way. Fasl is cutting all and wasl is joining all. So you got the main idea, but you just kind of mixed it up. Wasl means to connect. Wasl does not mean to connect. Oh wait, does? Yeah, wasl does mean to connect. Sorry. Yeah, Farhat Hakimi. Sorry, who wrote that? Mujibur Rahman. That is correct. Wasl does mean to connect.
Ask her to write her name. Mujibur Rahman is not her name.
Oh, okay. Mujibur Rahman, can you please write your actual name so I can call you with that? Instead of what does she write? It means separated when you arrived. I don't understand that one.
Khadija.
Okay. It means Sahan 786 wrote, it means that connect, recite together, and it also means to separate. Okay, that's correct. Amina Kamkoriwala wrote, Fasl means to recite separately. That's correct. Fariha Begum wrote, what Wasl is joining and Fasl is separating. That's correct. Okay. Those are all the questions.
So we'll post soon. It's not a long session.
It's just a 1-2 minute thing.
2-minute session. We'll post soon.
Okay, that's all. That's all for my presentation. I hope this all helped you, and we'll also post the materials later on so you can go over it on your own. And now let's call Fatima, and I'll tell her to recite Surah Fatiha and correct her major and minor mistakes if she has any. All right, let's do this. My tablet just ran out of charge, which is the perfect timing because I don't need it anymore. Okay. Zaina wrote, what about the Way of Tears video?
Everybody will get in few days.
Okay.
So everybody is excited about that video. Right?
Okay. Fatima, can you please recite Surah Fatiha, and I'm going to correct
Slowly, okay? You're going to recite one ayah at a time.
Recite it nicely and slowly, and I'll correct your major and minor mistakes if you have any, okay?
The whole thing?
Yes, the whole thing. Surah Fatiha is 7 ayahs. You can't recite the whole thing. Let's start with A'udhu Billah. Do you remember what A'udhu Billah is called? Were you not listening during the class?
No.
It's Isti'ādhah and Bismillah is Basmala. Okay, go.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين
Good job.
الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
Make the ayn a little bit more clear. إياك نستعين.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
Ba, sirata. You didn't say it heavily. إهدنا الصراط.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Did you say dalim or dalin?
ضالين.
Okay, good. Alright. Not bad. She said it pretty nicely. She just
You
has...
didn't make any mistake?
No, she has some pronunciation mistakes, some letters she can't pronounce it properly. Also, I noticed when she started Surah Shu'ara, she said ta, thim, mim. When she started reciting Surah Shu'ara, she recited it like ta, thim, mim. So that's a major mistake because she replaced the sin with a tha.
Which one?
When she recited Surah Shu'ara, she said ta, thim, mim. Also, she said athama instead of, she replaced all the sins with thas. So that's a major mistake because you're not supposed to replace the letters. But she's learning, so inshallah she'll get better. Is there any point to put this now? Because we're done.
Yeah, no. So can you make sure all the channel members send an email to your email address so that we can send them the presentation and other communication.
All of you, please send us email at simimi96@gmail.com. And if you send us
If they already did, then
if you already did, then you don't need to. But just send us your WhatsApp number so that we can communicate with you all and send you the material and stuff like that.
Yeah, also feedback.
Okay, I think that's all right.
Yes.
Okay, so inshallah, I hope all of you are benefited by this class, and I hope we all can use whatever we learned when we were reciting the Quran. And inshallah, I will see you all in the next class, which is gonna be
26th. 26th of October. So there will be next class. And next time we will send the materials in advance.
So all of you can look at it while I'm presenting it.
Right. And other thing is the Way of Tears is coming very soon, and all the members will automatically get it, right? So,
yes.
They don't have to send an email or anything.
All right. So, Jazakumullah khairan for joining, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah.